The Square Ball Podcast.
Welcome to the show. You'll find it in your podcast app. You'll find it on YouTube as well. 2 weeks to Christmas, Michael Normanson. This time in 2 weeks, what are you going to be doing? Asleep in front of the turkey?
I'm going to be ruining the fact I didn't get my 15% off lasting powers of attorney, wills and conveyancing.
Because the offer is on until Christmas Eve, the 24th, isn't it, this one?
Exactly, yeah.
What, an increased 15% discount, wills, conveyancing, lasting powers of attorney. That's off your legal fees. 10% discount on your legal fees on everything else, such as Chris loves licensing.
He's always talking about it, isn't he?
I mean, there's like forms of negligence that you can...
Professional.
Deal with. Yeah.
Medical.
Amateur. Is that one of them?
Semi-pro. Yeah, 10% off that stuff.
Yeah, good. Full details and terms are on the website, levislisters.co.uk/the square ball. Yeah, reminder that that increased 10 years of sponsoring us discount. That's why they've done it. They've bumped it up by an extra 5% to celebrate 10 years of advertising with us. And actually, there's a mug you can find as well, which is knocking around on our website. The big two, if you want to commemorate your favourite podcast and your favourite solicitors with money going to charity via that mug. Yeah, Dan, Michael and Chris Mack just rounding things up for the week. And the big news from the week is the FA Cup draw against Derby County away. Are we getting Eustace again? I thought we'd escaped all this.
I distinctly remember wanting Derby to go down last year to put extra space between us and John Eustace. Because if we don't go up, we'll have to play him again next year, or if they don't go down. So as a safety measure, I wanted that full division of buffer. And now we're playing him anyway.
I did have a look at the FA Cup draw, because usually the third round, there's like a little bit of romance in it, but it is an absolutely loveless set of fixtures.
Right.
There's nothing in it that makes you go, oh, that'll be fun.
Do you know what? I haven't seen any of it apart from our fixture.
Yeah.
That's quite remiss of me, isn't it?
There's some games in there that you can think, oh, that might be a fun-ish trip. Like Barnsley going to Liverpool, for example. They might now fancy that a bit. Liverpool lost to Plymouth last year, didn't they? So it were terrible.
It's more that like the smallest clubs didn't really get anyone fun, didn't it?
I mean, Derby did. Sorry, I've done it now. Well, that's in 4 weeks. Anyway, it should be good if we get the full 50.
Should it? Have you ever seen a John Eustace game?
Well, I mean, in the sense that we should get the full 15% allocation, which would take us somewhere between 4,000 and 5,000 tickets, depending on segregation and whether the police stick their beaks in and all that.
We've previously had reduced allocations at Derby for persistent standing.
Right, for being naughty boys.
But I think everyone seems to have decided that's fine now.
Yeah.
Why don't they kneel instead?
Right.
Good option.
That's what we're proposing, is it?
Good option. Yeah,
it falls squarely into that. This is a bit of an inconvenience draw, isn't it? You can't think, it's a little team at home. We should just go past that. We should, we'll never get there. We'll worry about the fourth round after that, if we can even get there one year. And it's not like a massive tie either. It's kind of it's just something to get out of the way. That's given what's at stake in terms of the Premier League.
It is an
always.
annoyance. I'd much rather have had a non-league or League One or League Two team at home, because that's the only chance people are going to get to bring kids or people who don't usually get the chance to go to games without having to pay £75 for membership. You've really got to feel for Weston-super-Mare.
I've been to the place you have.
And who've got to the third round must be thinking, who are we going to get? Liverpool, Chelsea, Grimsby.
Right.
Yes.
Away.
I mean, there's a lot of decaying holiday resort vibe going on there.
I was going to say, from Weston-super-Mare to Cleethorpes, just coast to coast. Probably the worst coast to coast trip you can do, I would say.
Yeah, I mean,
starting in one end and in the other.
If you're not familiar with the geography of this country, getting east to west is a right old pain in the arse, isn't it?
Weston-super-Mare is well out of the way. I stayed there on an away game at Yeovil one year. Had a night in Weston-super-Mare. I can confirm it was as dead as any place has ever been.
Was it a Weston-super nightmare?
In some ways, yes, but it was mainly just very, very quiet. But
this Derby game, then, right? Quite an interesting test for Farke. Now, we can't do anything about the fact that it's them, and it feels like a bit of an inconvenience. But it'll be interesting to see if Farke sticks with his 5-3-2, assuming that's what we roll forward with from here, and whether it alters the dynamic against Eustace. Because when Farke has played normal Farke ball against Eustace, it's always been a struggle, hasn't it? But as soon as we've landed upon this magic elixir, this formula to win games now and be swashbuckling Leeds United, will he stick with it, and how will it fare against Derby?
And you'd think we might rotate the squad, but there's not a huge amount of scope in there, is there, for anything? Does Sam Byram get a game?
Marauding left winger, like wing back.
It could be an option, I suppose. There's a ball now, I suppose, will play. There'll be a bit of rotation, won't there? But there's not scope for all that much.
Go back to the back four, recall Largy Ramazani, play him on the wing.
It's an option. Maybe Joe Gelhardt will be back by that point.
Right.
You know, I had a dream that I was speaking to the Birmingham manager, who was an American man with a moustache, who was telling me they wouldn't be signing Joe Gelhardt because they had bigger targets in January.
So which club was it? Sorry,
and we were getting him back. The Birmingham manager,
right? Yeah.
And he was telling me they wouldn't be signing him. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is everything okay? Joe Gelhardt's also injured.
That was probably why Birmingham aren't interested.
But they've got chimneys to think about, haven't they?
That's true enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
Biggest fictional chimneys in the world.
It might happen. I didn't mind that bizarre stadium they came up with.
No, it's at least unique and a bit different, wasn't it, from your generic bowl? But still, will it ever get done? Is it just a lot of pipe dream nonsense? Who knows?
I like the look of the Manchester United one, which just looks like a plastic bag that's landed on a bunch of nails.
Yeah, the circus tent, write your own punchline, and so on and so forth. Well, we faced them before the FA Cup game, don't we? I don't know. We're around to that perennial discussion of would you accept relegation if you got a cup win? I think the answer definitively now is yes.
Yep.
But I think let's crawl before we can even walk, before we can run, where the FA Cup is concerned. Let's just treat it one day at a time.
I mean, in the Premier League, the FA Cup isn't in the way half as much as it is in the Championship, is it?
No.
Because the games are already endless in the Championship, whereas you do have scope for it, and there are weekends carved out for the FA Cup for the early rounds, aren't there? So you've got a few weekends that are otherwise free. So
yeah, I mean the weekend of the quarter-final, thinking ahead, is like the 4th of April, so it's coming off an international break. So if you don't make it, you don't play for like nearly a month. Which
is when we're off to Ireland, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a full third round weekend set aside in the calendar for this one, and thankfully there's nothing buffeted up against it. Are
there replays? I actually have no idea.
I don't think so.
No, but they keep messing with them, don't they?
It does come at the end of a really busy run. So you've got Sunderland. It's every 3 days from Sunderland, Liverpool, Manchester United, Newcastle, and then into the FA Cup game. So by that point,
down to the bare bones.
Harry Gray up front by himself.
So
I'd like to see us.
Do you want to win it?
I'd like to see us at least try a bit.
Yeah, I would too. The problem is it's such a distraction. If you get further into it, it can become such a distraction from the Premier League. But these are all very abstract ideas for me right now. I mean, I can't recall a time when I've seen us get anywhere near having a cup run for many, many years.
No, well, we haven't.
Yeah,
it was in fact, I won't spoil the quiz that was recorded a couple of days ago, but we had a cup question in that, didn't we? And we just have no recollection of ever getting further in any cup competition than about the first or second round that we play in anyway.
Yeah, what Michael is referring to there, by the way, is the Christmas quiz. So Johnny Cooper from Opta, who's a statsman, we recorded a Christmas quiz, didn't we? And that is going out next week, and it's good fun. That you can play along 50 questions across 5 rounds.
I dare say you can do better than we did.
It's hard, isn't it? It's quite hard. Yeah, but yeah, it was good fun.
Particularly if, as it turns out, I felt like I've had a bang on the head at some point that may have been missed because I just couldn't remember who'd played number 10. There's a little jump
clue.
ahead.
Ever?
No, don't spoil it.
I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it. There was an obvious answer missed. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. So if you go into a game across the holidays or you're driving to relatives or whatever, perfect for sticking on in the car. There is a little bit of swearing in it, but kids like swearing, don't they? So there's kids in the car. Yeah, love a bit of swearing.
Or you could stick it on with the relatives and you can all fall out.
That is a good shout. We could be the cause of family arguments over the Christmas holidays. FA Cup. Any more thoughts on that, or are we happy to draw a line and just win it and win the whole thing?
Win the whole thing.
Yeah, let's win it and then have a series of easy home draws.
Oh, I didn't realise Derby are currently in our natural home, 15th in the Championship.
Yeah. It shows what a weird league it is because they were almost bottom, sure, at some point, and then they were almost in the playoffs, and now they're in the proper Leeds United spot, 15th.
I see 15th in the Premier League feels quite low down, doesn't it? I just realised this is basically mid-table in the Championship. How quickly we forget.
I've never forgotten.
Right.
Those dull years.
So they've got 27 points. So they've got 10 points clear of the drop zone as it stands at the minute. scored 27, pretty middling, conceded 29. Let's go there and win.
There's no excuse not to, really.
No, absolutely.
Andy Vyman is still playing for them.
Now he's a championship man. He's got to be 48 or something by now, surely.
He's only 34.
Don't believe it.
Well, we're disgusting.
He's on fake papers. He's investigating.
We're disgusting Premier League pigs now, and we shop in the international transfer market for tens of millions of pounds. Martin Bacharina's been linked, who plays for Como. He's Croatian. He's a number 10. All right.
Apparently so.
Number 10.
Chris knows more about this,
Can we have
man
one of
than
those?
me.
Yeah, so you follow Italian football closely, Chris. Go on then, hit us with the information.
Oh, he's barely kicked the ball this season.
Right.
Perfect.
This is one. So he's been linked with Leeds pretty much every window since summer 2024. Because I remember on deadline day that year, one of the Croatian papers, it might have been, said, "Oh, Leeds put a link in for Martin Batarina," and people started getting excited. And then they said it was 25 million. You're going, no, I don't think that. I don't think that's Leeds. But he joined Como in the summer, and he's been quite unfortunate because their actual number 10 is a guy called Nico Paz, who is probably he's going to end up like right at the top of football. He's a brilliant player.
With us or
with Real Madrid probably. 'Cause
right?
I think they have a buyback clause on him for 12 million, and he's probably worth about 70 already.
That's a shame.
Which is pretty bad.
Why don't we offer them 12.1 million?
Sam Byram in to sweeten the deal.
Oh no! Yeah, I'm actually. Yeah, I mean, I think Sam Byron would like a nice life by Lake Como.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Treat him.
True.
But he is. I think Batarina is quite highly rated across Europe, and I think there were other clubs in for him at the time. But he's just been unfortunate because he's not getting into the team in that position. But then he doesn't. They've tried him on the wing at times. They tried him in centre midfield, but he is a number 10, so it just hasn't really worked for him. And Como are a decent enough side, and they've got quite a lot of options in attack and midfield. So he does seem like he's happy enough to stay at Como, but this is just Fabrizio Romano being Fabrizio Romano, I think.
Yeah. Stirring things up. Yeah. Little weirdo.
Como are rich now and have Cesc Fabregas in charge, weirdly. For people who mainly followed Football Italia on Channel 4.
It was Dennis Wise, wasn't it, we discovered had been at Como?
Yeah. There's a documentary. It's something.
Right.
So Como are owned by SENT Entertainment, which is basically through a company called the Jarum Group, who are from Indonesia, and it's these two brothers who sold clove cigarettes, and they are like multi-billionaires. Don't look too closely into the Jarum Group and certain aspects of their business, but SENT Entertainment. Yeah, so Como are absolutely minted. Fabregas is actually a shareholder in the club. So he was signed as a player in 2022. I think they gave him like a couple of %. And then he became the youth team coach and is now the first team manager. So
Right.
he's not exactly locked in, but he was linked with the Inter Milan job in the summer, and he said no. And there's an element of that being that, well, he owns a part of another club in the same league.
Yeah, that could be questionable if they face each other, couldn't it?
I could see him going to the Premier League at some point, but I think he's quite happy there, and he's done quite well. I don't want to. They're not a traditional sort of newly promoted side who've done well because they spent like 100 million in the summer, but yeah, they are absolutely minted, and they're also on some of the nicest real estate in the world.
I think
which is probably nice for players.
Beeston is comparable.
I mean, we are a bit short on lakes.
Yep.
There's one around a park. That's a
good sized lake.
Reservoir at East Ardsley. It's
Yep.
probably a bit like
There's another reservoir at Adel.
Como. Yeah, there's a few options.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, their stadium I've been in backs on to Lake Como itself.
Show offs.
The stadium itself is not really that big, and it's kind of falling apart. But they're trying to do work to it.
Thankfully, ours is all good. Will Josh Mulligan be coming in? I've never heard of this kid, but Phil Hay will hate him because he's a Hibs midfielder as it stands at the minute.
This is another weird one as well, because like Batarina, he joined his club in the summer. He
for
joined,
free. So we could have had him for free like a few months ago.
and he seems to have been playing quite well. I don't know too much about him because I don't really watch much Scottish football. But he joined in the summer from Dundee, went to Hibs, Rangers were after him. He didn't go to Rangers. And people are saying that he might get into the Scotland squad for next summer, so he must be playing quite well. He has been compared to John McGinn.
23 years old.
Is he a big-ass cheat? Because that's mainly what I think of when I think of John McGinn.
When they say John McGinn, I genuinely think it's just because he plays for Hibs and he's young and Scottish and he's a midfielder.
Yeah, fair enough. In the same way, any young Argentinian who can dribble, next Messi, that kind of a thing.
Yeah, the production line from Scotland has dried up in recent years, hasn't it?
They're doing all right at Scotland.
I mean, compared to the Premier League in its early years, it was just full of English, Welsh, Irish, Scottish players, and it's obviously had an influx from the continent. It's felt like the pathway for Scottish players is, if not completely diminished, it's certainly narrowed, hasn't it? Like there's only sort of the really good ones, and John McGinn getting through
or go into the continent.
Yeah,
like Lewis Ferguson, Barry Ferguson's nephew.
Well, we shall see on that one. In terms of under 21s, have they not played recently? Have they shut up shop for Christmas now?
Their league, I think they don't play another league match until January, but they play Dortmund on the 16th, next Tuesday.
Okay.
That's in York, isn't it?
Yeah. Natural place.
And the women had a bit of a dramatic game, didn't they? They're within touching distance of the top still. So is it right that they've got a game in hand, but they're 2 points behind the top spot? Right, yeah. And there was a last-minute winner, or very late winner at least, wasn't it, against the greatly named Norton and Stockton Ancients.
Went 2-0 up. Norton scored 2 screamers, brought it back to 2-2, and then they scored an own goal in the last couple of minutes from a corner.
Yeah, just looking at that league, there's only 12 teams in it. It's 1 up, 2 down. Bottom team, Blackburn Rovers, played 11 defeats. Oof, no points.
Yeah, it's fully Wolves in there, aren't they? Down the bottom. But the top's incredibly tight. So you go 22 points in fourth, 25 points at the top, and there are a couple of games in hand for third and fourth place.
It'd be lovely. It feels like they've been perpetually trapped there, like they've been staring through a glass ceiling because it's only 1 up out of that division. Elsewhere then, Marcelo Bielsa coming to England, and God damn it, we won't be here.
Would you have gone? I don't think I would.
Well, I was thinking about a tour, basically, because we're playing Japan and Uruguay in that international break. So you've got a Tanaka Bielsa double bill, potentially. But we're in Ireland/Northern Ireland for the tour.
We will be playing Galway, Dublin and Belfast during that same period. We talked about this actually on the member show, which is recorded yesterday, but will go out at the weekend, saying it would have been a bit of an odd thing to go to it as an Englishman going to sort of half support Bielsa stroke Uruguay, and potentially their fans hate him by this point if it goes the same way as their last game. End up trying to basically calm down a load of angry South Americans, but I'm not sure it'd have been a great fit for us. So, but it'd be, nice to see him again. And it's a Bielsa game I will definitely watch. Yeah.
Will you? Because we'll be on stage in Dublin that night.
Oh, shit. Well, we'll watch it at some point, won't we?
Yeah.
We'll put it on the big screen.
But we're saying so all the Irish guys can cheer on England.
Yeah, 100%.
Declan Rice.
Yeah.
In the team.
Get Jack Grealish called back up. Yeah. Great stuff. Yeah, but it will be nice to see Marcelo. And there is a part of you, isn't there? I mean, I know obviously you're not English, Chris, so this doesn't apply. But there's a part of you who thinks, oh, go on, Marcelo, win. Go on. It doesn't matter. It's only a daft little friendly, but I'd like to just see him happy again.
I mean, England friendlies are basically the most boring games you can watch, aren't they? So
yeah,
he might just fuck things up a bit and make it interesting, at least a bit. Did he face Tuchel when he was Leeds manager, or was that? I'm trying to think if the two of them crossed over.
Yes, 2021 March at Ellen Road when it was 0-0. I think Tuchel would have been in charge by then.
Not much to go on there then.
Tuchel won the Champions League in May of that year, but Lampard started that season. So whatever point that Lampard was sacked at, but I think he was in charge by then.
Speaking of the Island Tour, if you'd like to come see us, we will be over there. It's Friday the 27th, isn't it? That is the Dublin one, and then we're in Galway 2 days before, Belfast 2 days after, up in Northern Ireland. Tickets available at the squareball.net/live.
Yep.
Remembered it well.
Tickets are selling very fast.
Yeah.
Dublin is not far off sold out.
Yeah. I didn't realise so many people would want to come and see us.
But thank you.
It's really, really good. But God, it's quite scary in its own way, isn't it?
Yeah, we're obviously really proud, but every time I look at the ticket sales, I'm like, whoa. All those people are coming to see us.
Well, everything is built on AI these days, so this is the new AI-built segment, isn't it, Michael?
Nah, I ditched it.
It's just it's just intelligence.
It's just me now.
Yeah.
You made me feel guilty about the trees and the water and everything.
Because you put a silly bar graph on this. You made AI do a bar graph, didn't you?
Well, it asked me if I wanted it to, and I went, yeah, go on then.
Right.
And then I copy and pasted it in, so it wasn't much work.
It wasn't really labour-intensive on your part.
But that's what AI is meant to do, isn't it?
Yep.
Just take all the work out for you.
While killing the planet.
Not done that.
Anyway, so we've got a load of data here, haven't we? This is the data section.
You don't need AI to tell you that Tanaka's the best footballer in the world, do you?
Well, the generational talent, yeah. So
man of the match.
We're going to crown a hero and villain. Into that, we'll factor the ratings that were sent into us by our TSB Plus members who score the players after every game. First part of that then is this the scores on the doors. Anthony Taylor, the dickhead ref, 2.87 out of 10. Is that high, low, medium?
It's a little below average, I think, but not by much.
I'm going through some of the old scores to try and find 2.87 is all right for a referee. I've seen some ones.
Should we hear from him? See how he?
No, people have given him too much credit, though, is the problem. Because
I'm really proud
because he didn't give us that penalty. That was VAR that did that, so he should have all credit for that.
Well, it's a little bit like it's Schrodinger's penalty, isn't it? Because like the Liverpool fans, when we listen to propaganda, like, Anthony Taylor, he gave that penalty because they sent him over, so they're blaming him, whereas we can blame him for not giving it to us. So it's both, isn't it?
That's true. Yeah, and if it was, no, it was always a penalty. Actually, I was going to say if it was given, would they have then looked at it from a different eyes? Go, maybe that's a bit generous to have given that. Maybe you should have a look at it the other way. Because that's the way that VAR seems to treat people. But you've got to second guess everything. He did kick him. I thought of the live. I thought it was definitely a penalty.
He should have been jailed, if anything.
It's such a stupid penalty to get away.
Marched straight out of the entrance in the northwest corner. Under the police cells are there. They could have held him in the holding cells there, and then just walked him down the west stand to the custody suite at the new police station. It's not walkable. It's walkable. Yeah. It's almost like they put it there on purpose. Scores-wise, Willie Nonto, who was the victim of that brutal assault, was nearly one of the top scorers, came sort of in the top three, I think.
And Brendy.
Even though he came from the bench. So, Daniel Farker, we'll come to him in a minute, scored well, but the starting 11, Joe Rodon, the lowest scorer there, but still a very respectable 6.01 out of 10. Then it goes up through Okafor, Gruev, Perry, Bogle, Beal, Goodmanson, Strauch, Ampadu, Calvert-Lewin at 7.65, and then Anton Stack just shy of 8 with 7.97. However, the top scorer came from the bench, Tanaka, with 8.7 average out of 10. The Barn Owl, 6.31, Pirro, 6.34, Brendy, 7.37, Wilf Nonto, 7.71, and then, Tanaka, top scorer, with Farker getting 8.07 out of 10. That's a high score.
Undeservedly so, for making the changes when he did. I've got to say, Anton Stack, robbed.
Well, I mean, of the starters, he's the top scorer. So I think that's...
People have gone for romance here, Chris.
If he'd scored the final equaliser, he probably gets a higher score, doesn't he?
Yeah.
There's all sorts of weird dynamic movements within this.
You sort of weight it by minutes, don't you? But it's really funny, though, because it does show how the heartstrings can be tugged by Tanaka scoring in the last minute, and that then, therefore, informs everyone's choices on this.
And like if we were winning 3-2 and then Joe Rodon does that pass in injury time and they equalise, Joe Rodon's getting about a 3 there. Yeah. Because it's all long forgotten. Loads of stuff happened after that.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Go on.
He's been good, hasn't he, for years. Yeah. It's all right.
Right, so that's the bare numbers. We've got likes and dislikes to factor in. So these are the words that we will factor into to our intelligence. Mm-hmm. Very human intelligence. What did you like? What did you dislike? And what did our members like and dislike?
In just in an attempt to bring it to an end, Adam dislikes Moylan's Anthony Taylor impression. I think he sounded like a compilation of clips used in a documentary about a disgraced 18 children's TV presenter who had his hard drive seized.
I thght you got the data in the wrong columns there, because that should be in the likes column.
No. That's fine.
Was it excellent?
Adam also does...
excellent voice, I thought.
He does mention that it was his 8-year-old twins' first ever game at Ellen Road. They lived every minute and watched their responsible, caring father shout, "Fuck off," repeatedly at strangers on the other side of the ground.
Yeah. I think my lad, who's now 14, was acting more responsibly and grown up than maybe I was. Who's over 3 times his age.
Is it because you kept doing the voice?
It's because I kept doing the voice. I did say some things. Maybe I regret them in hindsight, in the cold light of day and all that.
Were you also one of the ones booing Brendy?
No.
Chris Elvo
I said on the match ball, don't.
has mentioned that, yeah. The
Come
booze and
on.
brandy was announced. I'm not his biggest fan. In fact, I've said numerous times I fucking hate him. But don't boo him, you daft
Character.
I didn't even notice it at the time, but I don't think it's because I didn't hear it. I was just trying to work out what the hell was going on with the subs. But yeah, it's just wise up, really.
It worked, didn't it? And he did well.
Booing him.
Yeah, it motivated him to. No, the subs worked. I mean,
His part in the goal is actually really, really quite a good pass.
be honest. Did you think the same as me, where you thought, "Oh, Brady," because he did the little shoulder drop that he does, and he did the interchange of passes. Oh, Brady, for crying out loud! And then he actually turned into be a really brilliant assist.
I mean, did Stack turn it into that?
Well,
No, it was good. It was useful when he came on as well. Like it's basically what you want from a sub, isn't it? Someone who can get amongst it and actually impact the game, which they all, well, Piron and Bar now were late, but you know, the Nonto, Tanaka, Aronson changes were brilliant.
Have you seen Dan James' platform shoes? Is dislike? I don't know if we can read that out.
oh yeah, no, no, we can't read that out.
Please don't put it there because it's just making me want to read it out.
It was a good comment anyway.
Something about Facebook Live. Yeah. I think Tom sums up the likes very well, and it was my exact thoughts at the time. It just says Tanaka again. At the exact time, I was like, Jesus, he's done it again.
Yeah, but did you also see what Tom's dislike was? Leaving in the 93rd minute and missing it. But maybe me missing it made it happen. Funny what the mind comes up with, isn't it?
Don't leave early.
Talking about this like superstitions and things that you do, things that you don't do. Put your lucky socks on, your lucky pants.
I'd never leave early.
No, just in case.
Even if I'm really pissed off and I want to get out of there, I'll leave my seat and I'll walk down and I'll watch the last couple of minutes from near the exit, so I don't have to hang around. But I never leave early.
I've left one match early ever, and it was Ireland 1, Denmark 5.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. No, that's fair enough.
It was 4-1, and they brought Nicholas Bentner on. I was like, nah, fuck this. I just got up and left.
Nobody needs to see this.
And because there's a what do you call it, a level crossing towards where we're going back to the car park coming out of Lansdowne Road, and I knew that closes for 20 minutes at a time after the game. I was like, nope, gotta go, gotta get the other side of it.
Get out.
And then heard them celebrate, and then it turned out Nicholas Bentner had scored the 5th. So I didn't need to see that.
Justified. Happy birthday to Ken Bates. We forgot to mention it last week, didn't we?
Yeah,
94 years old.
It's because I don't like him. That's why I didn't wish him a happy birthday, because I don't sincerely wish him a happy birthday.
In fairness,
I've had quite a shit day, to be honest.
I've just realised, because last week we had the double game week. We did the weekly show where we did this feature before his birthday. So this is the first time since his birthday that we've had a chance to address him directly and say, happy birthday to the saviour of Leeds United, side-eye to camera.
Multiple saviors.
Twice.
Saved us twice.
Yeah. Still going, maybe not strong.
He's going.
Still going.
Make the most of it, Ken.
94 years old.
Make the most of it.
Earl of Sandal gives the spirit of Purple Aki a mention in the comments as well. Just wanted to mention that.
Right.
Always good to give him a name drop.
Do you want to read out the first part of that one? No?
No.
Okay.
No, thank you.
Which bit was that? Sorry.
The Earl of Sandal, lower down on the list there. I basically just put a load of stuff on there that we can't say, which is
you've lost your head here, haven't you? We can't say that because that gets cancelled.
It's good to leave things in there for danger.
Yeah, I mean, fill the gaps with your imagination.
I will say this: thank you very much to our members, because every Monday morning when we get to look at these after a match, there's sometimes I need about 10 minutes to calm down. I'm just laughing at some of them.
So who is going to be our Ken Bates villain of the week? We can't give it to Ken. That's one of the original rules of this feature. It's basically been running since we started this podcast, hasn't it? It's like, 15 years now?
Yeah.
So it's somebody who's made our week worse.
Can I suggest Dominic Szoboszlai?
Yeah.
Because he scored the 3rd goal, which wasn't very nice. And he also tried to wind up the Leeds fans in the 92nd minute.
Yeah.
And then they scored about 2 minutes later. And he also did the same thing for Hungary against Ireland at 2-1, and then was crying at full time. So you'd think he'd have learned his lesson by now. He's just a bit of a prick.
Good player, though, isn't he?
He's really good. Yeah, annoying.
That doesn't matter. He's not a prick.
Yeah, fair enough. Mo Salah probably gets a mention for that as well, because the post-game should have been all about Tanaka.
Yeah.
And it was all swamped in Mo Salah news.
Yeah, me.
See, I quite like this because it makes it look like a team has come to Ellen Road for the second time in a week and it's just lost their mind. Like,
it's definitely good and entertaining, but I think just definitely from a taking the spotlight off Tanaka thing, I think you're right. Yeah.
Selfish of him.
Good, but also not good.
Danny Murphy as well. Miserable and match of the day.
I mean, what's new there, though? You could do that any week, couldn't you?
I've not yet seen Carragher's very long rant about Mo Salah, but I've heard it's quite good.
I mean, I'm sure you can imagine what it sounds like.
Would it be sanctimonious and preachy and whiny?
I would imagine so, yeah.
Yeah.
Spitty as well.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Few candidates then to stick in there.
And obviously Anthony Taylor for not giving that obvious penalty in the first place, trying his best to rob us. And he was just generally shit as well, wasn't he? I mean, they got a free kick inside about the first 10 seconds, it felt like as well, and it set a tone for like, oh, this is the way this game is now. It was, whereas the Chelsea game felt a bit more fun and physical. Like there were bits where it got into sort of nice scrappiness, where there were tackles going on both sides and the ref just let it go. That never was allowed to happen against Liverpool.
Yeah, it just seems to be how the referees interpret the games, and there doesn't seem to be a consistency throughout the group of officials.
Who did the cup draw?
Oh, I don't know.
Rod Stewart.
Dion. I'm gonna say Dion Dublin.
Right.
But I mean, that's a guess. I've no idea.
Okay.
Clive Mendonca.
Okay.
I think it's because Chris mentioned Grimsby earlier.
Yep.
Made me think of him. Don't know any Western-super-Mare players.
So whoever tickled our ball out of the bag could be held responsible for giving us a poor cup draw. Yeah, I'm just looking down the cup draw now, actually, and it's very unsexy, isn't it? Although you've got Everton, Sunderland, so one of them's going to go out. Is there another all Premier League side here or there? There's Newcastle, Bournemouth.
It looks like
Brighton.
It looks like it was Joe Cole and Peter Crouch who did the cup draw.
Let's blame Joe Cole.
Seems fair.
Yeah, I don't mind Crouch. He's all right. Self-effacing.
I think Joe Cole normally seems all right as well, to be fair, despite the Chelsea stuff, unpleasantness, we'll call it.
Yeah. So a few to think about there. Who's it going to be in your book?
I didn't know about the Szoboszlai thing at the time, I have to say. I've since seen a picture of him doing the shushing. But then it's kind of good, though, because it makes it so much better when we go and score.
Yeah.
It's very much pantomime villain territory, that, isn't it?
Yeah, because you want...
He hasn't really penetrated my consciousness that much this week. Because I'm like you, I saw that and I went, yeah, you're a dick, but ha ha.
Yeah. I wasn't a big fan of any of the way Liverpool's goals were celebrated. I wish they'd been a bit quieter, to be perfectly honest. A bit more respectful.
Yeah.
Because we gifted them the goals and should have therefore just done a
polite applause.
Yeah. I don't know. Anthony Taylor did annoy me on the night.
Taylor is the obvious candidate, I suppose.
And it is low-hanging fruit, but he did prompt that voice that I did on the match ball, which nobody needed.
Yeah, that was definitely not your fault.
Yeah.
We could give it to Salah and Slot for just not being able to resolve their differences privately and then ruining out Naka.
For not being grown-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this podcast is absolutely, the hallmark of it is maturity.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Not like our TSB Plus members who've sent some disgusting filth in.
That you've put on the sheet.
I have, yeah.
You should be filtering that stuff out, because if we Ron Burgundy and just read it out, we'll get shut down. Won't we?
Yeah, possibly.
So Slot and Salah for not being grown up enough.
Yes, that'll do us.
Yeah, and Szoboszlai can go on the naughty step.
A bold man and a less bold than he used to be man.
Joe's quite funny as well. Obviously Liverpool were playing Inter Milan away in the Champions League, and there's a lot of sort of slot machine places in Milan, and a room is called Sala. So there's lots of places there was a place called Sala Slot in Milan.
Look at that.
Oh,
they probably thought it was for them because they invent everything.
It's all about us. I did Anthony Taylor there again, didn't I? Right, okay, so Ken Bates Villain of the Week, those two. Grow up and pair of you. Right, it's time to crown a Gaetano Berardi Hero of the Week, sponsored by the TukTukClub.com. Why would I want to go to Northern Thailand, Michael?
Because it looks nice.
What, so you can be chauffeur driven around by tuk-tuk? Or drive yourself, self-drive?
Do either.
What will I find there?
You'll find
as I go down the winding mountain roads.
You probably find you'll find mountains then.
Yep.
You'll find roads. You'll find elephants. You'll find nice food.
Yep.
You'll find Bruce, who's a Leeds fan.
Yep.
Who runs it. Do you need anything else?
No, I think it's a bit of hint of luxury, actually.
Oh, okay.
A little hint of luxury, yeah. Have a look at that that bit of Thailand that the few travellers ever see, it says. You can be there and talk about Leeds in the jungle with Bruce. TSB15 for a 15% discount on your booking, thetuktukclub.com. Right. Hit me with the stuff that was good that we want to factor in and use to crown a hero of the week. Who has embodied happiness in the last 7 days, apart from Autanaka?
Farke. I would say the main man for it, but just because of he's done the things we all wanted him to do.
Yep.
Played 3-5-2, and then when it wasn't working, made some changes at a point at which it could actually affect the game.
In light of the general feeling going into this run of games and the season so far, and maybe has he had a better week as Leeds manager? I know obviously we went up and all that, we won loads of games in the Championship, but in terms of what he was facing, has he had a better week?
I don't think very many managers have had a better week ever in terms of the adversity that he was probably facing in a week. I think as well, I know I'm definitely don't ever give him enough credit, and I think we just take him for granted a little bit because he was hard to do a job and he did the job, which is kind of just like felt like a bit of a tick box in a sense. So now, maybe we just need to appreciate that he's maybe deserves a little bit more credit than people are giving him.
Yeah, it's funny. We had this discussion, I think, earlier on in the season, and I think made that exact point. But then more recently, we could be speaking to Graham on the West Stand as well. I think it was around Villa that we chatted to Graham and was like, we can't see him seeing out the season, any of us. And then as we'll speak to Graham about, I think the shoe's on the other foot now. It seems increasingly likely we probably will do.
I don't know.
I think it's still precarious, but he looked as good as gone just over a week ago, didn't he? So to have turned it around from this point is...
with your opponents being Man City, Chelsea and Liverpool.
Yeah, in the hardest run of the season, by a distance, to have come out of it with a job and us not in the relegation zone, I think he deserves a huge amount of credit. Yeah,
there was a quote the Ireland manager made after the Hungary game saying how every game now you raise the stakes after that. So like the playoffs, and then because they came back from nowhere to make the playoffs, you raise the stakes to the playoffs, and if you get to the World Cup, then you raise the stakes again. And it's kind of got like that for Farke, where he's won a game and got a point against Liverpool that no one saw coming. So now against Brentford, can't afford to lose Brentford and or Palace. You have to get points out of those for people to sort of still buy into the idea.
Yeah.
So he gets to hero this week, but don't make it bad.
Yeah.
Don't make us take it off you.
Yeah, no, I think, and let's give him it while we can, I think. And I don't mean that in the sense that he could get fired tomorrow, but it's an opportunity to, isn't it?
I feel like he's generally taken more flack than he's had praise this season.
Yeah.
And if ever a week he deserves some praise, it's this. Because he's actually done things that... Because the Championship thing with him, a lot of the time it felt, which is to take too much credit away from him, but it felt like wins just sort of happened. Because we'd go out and we'd obviously have better players, 1 to 11, and then we'd win and you'd go, well, good, but at the same time, we should have done. Yeah. Whereas that certainly wasn't the case in the past week, was it? You'd look at our opponents and say, well, they are obviously far better equipped. I think it's because
he was meeting parity, wasn't he, in the Championship? He was meeting what was a very clear and obvious expectation. But when you come up, I suppose, what is your expectation at this level? You know it's going to be a struggle, and you accept that. But I think there are times when he's fallen quite a way short of meeting expectation. There's been some of it where we've been a bit above it, a little bit, I think, in terms of how we played. And then this last week, suddenly we shot way above it. So it's been hard to kind of pin down where your thoughts on Farke lie exactly.
I think as well, you look at how the players have performed, even in the games like the Villa game and the first half. No, not the first half, but most of the City game. Like they're still trying for him. Usually you see a team in that scenario losing games, doing the same thing over and over again, and they're going to give up eventually. But they still seem to believe in him, and he obviously is able to get stuff out of them.
Yeah, good on him. Well done, Daniel Farke, then, our Gitano Berardi Hero of the Week. Yeah, good stuff. And don't let us down on Sunday.
That's very important.
Or else it'll be the naughty step for you. Right, we will wrap it up there. We're going to be spanking to Graham.
I mean,
who knows? Although it will be via Zoom, so that will be quite an achievement down the line. Right, yeah, we will speak to Graham Smith from the YEP ahead of the Brentford game. Look out for that in your feed on Friday. Otherwise, we'll catch up with you on the match ball on Sunday after Brentford. We'll see you in a bit.
The Square Ball Podcast.